In this video, I'm going to show you how you can turn an old tired bathroom into something much more modern feeling and just generally a much nicer place to be. The project that I tackle in this video is from a recent property investment of mine. I wanted to make the property much nicer and generally more attractive for a prospective tenant. So without further ado, let's grab our coffee and get right into it. The main thing to think about when you're working on a budget is what do you already have that you can salvage. For example, your bath, toilet, sink, they might all be absolutely fine and all you actually really need to do is a bit of redecoration. So that's things like paint, tiling, new silicone seals, perhaps a new toilet seat, maybe some flashy new taps. So yeah, don't just go ripping everything out because you're probably going to regret that later when you have to do something to put it all back. You don't want to be replacing things that were probably okay to begin with. With all that said, that's essentially the model that I followed with this bathroom and managed to give it a much nicer feel for not a lot of money. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'll give you a full breakdown of exactly how much everything cost. Okay, so this was my starting point. We have this horrible avocado green tiles all the way along the walls. These really just make this bathroom feel really dated. However, on closer inspection, the rest of the bathroom is actually not too bad. Everything works and it's not like the bathtub is avocado green. So this essentially means that basically everything is salvageable except those tiles. But there was also a pretty questionable messy bath seal job that also needed rectified. This meant all that actually really needed done in this bathroom was a new tiling job. Tiling isn't a difficult job and I did this myself. And a big tip I'd give, especially if you're new to tiling, is that generally the smaller the tile, like the subway tiles I use here, the easier the job will be. These subway tiles are also much better if you don't have straight or flat walls. They do a great job of hiding that. Okay, so what are the steps that I went through to transform this bathroom? Well, first, I removed that old silicone seal. It was pretty grotty. Next, I investigated whether I want to remove the old tiles to put up the new tiles or just tile straight over the top of the old ones. And by the way, tiling over old tiles is definitely an option that you can consider. You have to make sure that the old tiles are very securely attached to the wall, but going down this route can save you a lot of time and money. This is because if you're ripping off the old tiles, then it's likely you'll damage the walls behind, and you'll have to install a new plasterboard before you can put up new tiles. For this renovation, I had no choice but to remove the tiles behind the taps and shower. This is because there wasn't enough space to install new tiles on top of the old ones and still be able to turn the taps on and off. Basically, there already wasn't that much clearance between the wall and the taps. However, on the other wall, there were no such issues, and the tiles were very securely adhered to the wall. So I used Eco Prime Grip, which is a primer that has sand in it. It provides a really high grip surface when dry, which is then perfect for using tile adhesive to retile the walls with your new tiles. This means no wasted time or hassle, taking down the old tiles, putting up new plasterboard and potentially damaging your bathroom in the process. I then used Mape Rapid Set adhesive to attach the new subway tiles to the freshly primed wall and the wall behind the bath taps where I had removed the old tiles. Finally, once the tile adhesive had set, it was time to grout the freshly tiled wall. I use this Manhattan grey coloured, no-nonsense grout. You can see the process of me covering the wall with the grout, filling all the cracks, and then cleaning up the tiles after. Now that the wall is tiled and grouted, it was just onto the finishing touches. So that included new silicone around the sink and bath. I also reinstalled the shower head holder and the shower screen, and then finally installed the new mirror above the sink. And here is the final finished result. I think it looks great, and it's a dramatic improvement over those green tiles that we started with. Ideally, I would have painted the wood paneling behind the toilet and also on the ceiling, but I decided not to due to time constraints. I still think it looks great like this, but it would have been nice to paint it maybe gloss white or grey to match the tile grout. Okay, so now that you've seen all the work done to complete this makeup, let's go over how much everything cost and where I got all the materials. I'll also include a list of the tools you'll need to do this job. The subway tiles were these Trenty white Metro tiles from B&Q. I needed roughly 6 meters squared, which is around 280 tiles. So that equates to 6 of these boxes, which were £11.52 each. So that comes to a total of £69.12. I also needed 1 bag of grout. I used this grout from Screwfix, which was £8.99. Here is the primer I used, £27.98 from Toolstation. I also used 1 tube of silicone sealant, so that's £5.79 from Screwfix. Here is the mirror I installed, £12 from B&Q. And here are the fixings used to install the mirror, £3.82, also from B&Q. So the total for materials for this bathroom came to £127.70. However, if you do decide to tackle something like this, then here is the list of tools you'll also need. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. I hope you've enjoyed this video and perhaps you now feel inspired to tackle your own project. Don't forget to like the video, and it's also greatly appreciated if you can subscribe. There's plenty more videos to come. Thanks for watching.